Hello, this is Too Far Enterprises, and today I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but the first thing I want to talk about is taxation without representation. Seems like we've come full circle. Before the United States got to be this great so-called nation, they were basically the slaves of Great Britain and the king. And they didn't like the way they were being treated, so they had to rise up. Okay? The colonies. And let me tell you something. You can only tax a person that has money. So that meant effectively black folks and Indians were not in that count, but they fought with those people, those poor people, okay, those few 5%, 1% who did have money. They fought with them against the British so that they could obtain their own place, their own land. And they turned right around and misused the Indians and black folks and built this country on their backs. Now, the Indians chose a different path, and they could not endure the same things that black folks did. I think in a lot of ways, it would have been better for black people to walk in the ocean than to let somebody mistreat you and to let somebody do the things that they've done to black folks for over 3, 4, 5 centuries without getting anything back. And this reminds me of a quote that I saw in a movie. He said, "Don't get angry at other people for the road you're on. That's your own ass fault." And they're true. But today we're gonna talk about something that people don't want to talk about. Black folks have been trying to tell pink people, because this white and black thing, we got to put that to rest also. You don't see no black people walking around here. Black is an attitude. You don't see no white people walking around here. You see brown and pink people. But we put them in black and white actually categories to distinguish between the ruling class and the slaves. I'm not no slave, you know. And if I am, I'm not going to acknowledge it. But guess what? I'm not by myself anymore, because today there are other pink people who are starting to feel like us and starting to say, why did not we listen to them when they were trying to tell us? Well, the reason why you didn't listen to black people is because you thought that you were above them. You've been lied to. You've been corrupted. You've been led astray, bamboozled by religion. Your relatives, your parents, your relatives have told you things that you believe without any, I guess, hesitation, because that's what we do. But you knew you had white privilege. They knew they had white privilege. They knew that they collected money that they didn't work for. Now y'all call it generational wealth. But what I call it is being a slave owner, not paying your people for the work that they do, mistreating them, and breeding them, raping them, and doing all kind of vile, evil, and treacherous things to them. But today, I am reminded that just because that happened to me, I have to keep an open mind about the survival of me and my people. Griot One gave me something today, and he said that he has to open up his heart this morning, pull back the curtains and see if I can make a friend, make a new start, knock on every door in the world today, help everybody. But we got to help ourselves, friend, first. See if we can make a friend. Black people, we can't do everything ourselves to change nothing in this system without the pink people, yellow people, the red people's help. But we can't go into it like we've gone into it before. Y'all got to get your ass out there in front of the movement and show that you deserve our black folks and our African people. You want to say black Indians if you want to be a part of it because you want a part of the casinos and the money that Indians got. But whatever you want to call yourself, if you want to be in, that's in. But once you in, you play by our rules. And I'm talking to you pink people too. I got to tell you from the start, I'm not going to come to you like the pink man comes to us laughing, joking, slapping you on the shoulder, touching you when he ain't got no business touching you. You ain't my friend. In order to be my friend, you're going to have to prove something to me. People don't like the truth, but I'm going to tell you something. You killed my ancestors. You mistreated me all my life. So am I supposed to just turn around and like you? And just because you just learning what we have been trying to tell you for probably centuries, I really could care less because I'm glad it affects you. It's making you do things that you wouldn't have done on your own. Y'all have a good habit of sitting by letting bad things happen, supposedly being good Christian folks. I'm telling y'all, Christians, in the name of Christianity, popes put out edicts and told countries that we were enslavable. We were less than humans. The Constitution even said that. And even though you said the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments supposed to protect us, I don't see how when you're shooting us down. So you want to be my friend, you're going to have to prove it. If we're gonna fight this, and all it is fighting another kingship. And if you don't realize that if Africa ain't free, we ain't free, because believe me, our two worlds are parallel. There's not much difference. You understand? They're going through the same hell we going through. And there's other places on this earth that are doing that. And the only way we're going to ever achieve any kind of freedom is together. Now, corruption is really tantamount to genocide when you loot funds that are supposed to be for seniors, children, education, farmers. You ensure their demise. You ensure that seniors will perish early, children will perish early, because not enough food, education. Effectively, you end lives early. And let me tell you something. Now you pink people, you have found out that the ultra rich don't give a damn about you either. So please listen to me. We need all the help we can get, but this time, we don't have to prove a damn thing to you. You got to prove something to us. And to collectively, we can do anything that we put our minds to. We did it back there in the Revolutionary Wars and the French and Indian Wars and all those other things. We can do it again. But we're going to have to come together. This is too far enterprising.